So guys, welcome. We are about to watch live with you guys the Call of Duty World War II reveal stream, my friends. That is right, you can see the countdown on screen right now. We are going to be watching the trailer live, the whole of the live stream, finding out everything that needs to be known about World War II. Call of Duty, the brand new Call of Duty coming out this year. If you're excited for this, smash that thumbs up button. I cannot wait for this. This is going to be a live interactive experience with all of you guys watching along with us together. This is absolutely crazy, and I have no idea what to expect. So I do know what we should expect. That's campaign information, maybe some multiplayer teasers, though not too lightly, and then potentially something's happening, boys. Hold on, something is happening. Ooh, baby. Ooh, what's going on here? Okay, we have got ourselves another little countdown, guys, with some music. Very excited. I'm just going to move myself around actually a little bit there so we can actually see what's going on. So, guys, we are so close. Come bring your friends in. Come smash that like button and make sure you're subscribing, of course, if you're excited for Call of Duty World War II. This is it, baby. It's all about to be revealed in front of us right here. I think we could be getting our very first zombie teasers or whatever third mode they decide to go for Call of Duty World War II. How exciting is that? I am going to be going quiet during the stream, but I will be adding in my own audio at some... But it's a trailer time, baby. Let's get it.
18.
Ooh.
This day have set upon a mighty endeavor. Souls will be shaken with the violences of war. In this hour of great sacrifice, we shall prevail.
Get your head down and keep moving!
We are all that separates the world from darkness. The enemy is ruthless. We cannot, we must not fail.
Duty first. Hey, Perez! Won't be enough for you! How many casualties?
We executed the mission.
Get me the fuck out of here! How many?
We had orders!
Get to cover!
Lieutenant, tell them what we're all about.
No mission too difficult. No sacrifice too great.
Welcome to the bloody first. You're a long way from Texas, farm boy.
Oh, baby, that was absolutely crazy. I cannot believe that.
World War II.
Let's get into this stream, guys.
We're just getting started. We're streaming to you live from the middle of London, but today is all about you, our fans all over the world.
All about us. All about
This
us.
game is the game that
What do you
you've been
guys think of
waiting
the
to
trailer?
see.
Leave a comment
Believe me
down
when I
below.
say it's the game that we've been waiting to show you. Call of Duty has the most passionate fans anywhere. And throughout this live stream, we're going to be answering the questions that you've sent to us from all over the world over the last few days. When we greenlit this game 3 years ago now, we knew it was time for us to go back to our roots, back to the gritty, authentic, visceral military experience that Call of Duty was built on.
Old school
This
COD.
game delivers all that, and it also strives to capture the intense bonds of brotherhood that came from common everyday people who rose above the most epic and horrible conflict in human history. And with Sledghammer Games at the helm, we knew we had the right team to deliver the cinematic scale and the relentless attention to detail that this conflict deserves and demands. Their passion and creativity has been inspiring to me from day one. Call of Duty World War II does more than just go back to boots on the ground. It also delivers a gripping, immersive story and a darker, reverent tone, which captures both the epic scale and the human struggle of this incredible conflict.
Sounds pretty
Like
gritty.
so many people all over the world, many of us, myself included, have a personal connection to this conflict through family members who fought in this war. This story belongs to the entire world. This game truly recaptures that first Call of Duty value that no one fights alone. Call of Duty World War II also features a multiplayer game that brings back the intense, visceral, boots-on-the-ground gameplay our fans love,
no jumping,
along with some great new innovations that push the game forward. And if you can't wait until November to play it, well, good news. You don't have to. I'm excited to announce right now,
beta information.
Later this year, we'll be hosting a private multiplayer beta.
Okay, we knew that was going to happen.
This is just the beginning of a journey that we'll be taking with you all year. You're going to be hearing more from us more often with more information than ever as we reveal all the details we've got in store for you with Call of Duty World War II. And that starts right now. We've got a great lineup here today, ready to answer the questions that you've sent to us.
Nice
in a
questions
few
and
minutes,
answers.
I'll be bringing up Michael and Glenn from the studio, as well as a few members of our cast. As you'll see, the team at Sledgehammer has poured their heart and soul into this game. No battle was too big, no detail was too small. From the painstaking historical research, to visiting each and every one of the game's real-life locations, to sweating the audio and visual details that get the era just right. The goal was to create the most immersive World War II universe ever. We wanted our long-standing fans to experience World War II like never before, and to introduce this historic conflict to a whole new generation of players along the way.
It's a good intro speech.
So let's get right to it. Here's a behind-the-scenes look at the creative process at the studio and a deeper look at what's coming in store with Call of Duty World War II.
Amazing. So we're about to go into Sledgehammer Games Studios. These are the guys making the next Call of Duty. Ooh, lots of little snippets here of gameplay
The Second
shots.
World War goes beyond all boundaries in every category. We see more nations involved in a single conflict.
I'd expect a lot of like historical information
Just
here,
a
guys.
generation before, at the end of the First World War, the Great War, they didn't call it World War I because they expected that nothing like this would ever happen again. And a generation later, something happens that's even bigger and even worse in so many ways.
It is a pretty epic war, guys.
We have the honor.
Looks very
of
gritty,
making this
very
year's
gritty.
Call of Duty called World War II.
I played Glenn at table tennis last night, by the way.
Gritty,
I lost.
visceral story of the world's greatest conflict.
Michael?
There is a genuine interest in producing a product that is historically authentic.
Every part of this game has been.
What are you guys thinking? Leave a
researched
comment down
and
below.
nuanced and studied and scanned and photographed. We really tried to get the respect and the details right of the game.
This is about ordinary people doing extraordinary things.
The brotherhood, the camaraderie, the guy next to me. That became the theme for our game.
On a personal level, honoring the story was crucial for us, and it was something we really committed to.
Our story weaves in and out of real historical events. We've gone to great pains to create those authentic battles. One of the biggest things we wanted to get across was a sense of camaraderie.
The people you serve side by side.
If you guys notice anything in the stream,
Hopefully
screenshot it, tweet it at me.
Story feeling like they really know these guys.
Welcome to the bloody first.
And they care about them.
Art influences the game in a huge way. The lighting and the tonality and the colors. We want to be able to have the player feel something.
By creating
It looks
a very
really good,
believable
guys. It looks
environment,
really
it allows
good.
the player to slip into this world.
The vision for
20,000 of you guys watching.
Dark and beautiful. It was
It's looking good.
emotionally dark, visually beautiful. More than just being cool and pretty, it's about trying to get people to have a deeper emotional reaction to the game.
Our modeling department is amazing. The weapons,
Wow.
vehicles, the
Bazookas
tanks,
confirmed, tanks
even
confirmed.
The cars you might see on the city street.
Guns confirmed.
The
Ooh,
level of
that was a
detail is just
map.
phenomenal.
It's a huge
Bro, that was
but you have to
multiplayer.
stay true to the source
Oh my
material.
gosh.
You have to research and watch a lot of film, a lot of archive footage to see how combatants in World War II would behave. Sometimes the hardest
So
things
many
are the
bits
big
of
payoff.
information in this
The
guys.
combination of the model, the animation, and the audio creates that punchiness to the weapon.
We record everything. Every location we record in for the game. The ambiences, the music,
It sounds
the
nuts.
dialogue, everything has to be created from scratch. We had a real opportunity.
They've shown a lot
here to
more in
do
here
a
than I thought they
level of
would.
Authenticity and reality, true to the war, true to the soldiers who fought in that war. We had this great opportunity with Marty Morgan, our military advisor. We spent a lot of time on a gun range with all of the authentic World War II weaponry.
It's critical to understand the absolute violence of the Second World War. It's critical to understand how weapons and firepower function.
This is a story
Wow,
that's
looks amazing.
bigger than all of us. This is a whole new generation who might not have a lot of experience with this time period. I think this is a great opportunity to have them experience that and feel that.
we've made something
Wow,
pretty incredible.
they are
and
showing a
I'm
lot of
very proud of
screens.
it.
It's perhaps the greatest compliment I've been paid in my career to work on this project.
This is the most powerful game I've ever worked on. It's very personal, it's very humbling.
You know, I've been making games for over 26 years. And I'll tell you, it's the best game we ever made.
Wow, that is a big statement. They made Dead Space, man. Oh, baby! What are you guys saying?
That is how you do a global
I've got
reveal.
goosebumps,
That's what it was,
man.
the global reveal of the new Call of Duty game, going back to World War II. I'm OJ Borgia at the BFI in London, the IMAX screen, the
Shout out
biggest
to
screen
Dalek.
in the United Kingdom, which seems a fitting place to have a game of such cinematic scope. Now, watching that trailer for the first time, like you, I was so hyped watching it, and I would be hyped if it was any Call of Duty game, but the fact that Call of Duty is going back to its roots, I mean, I need to just calm down just slightly, because I'm overhyped right now. But between the trailer and the video that we just saw, I am dying to know more about this game, as I'm sure you are. That's why you've tuned into this live stream. So who do we talk to? Well, we talk to the people who made the game.
Michael
that is
and Glenn.
And Michael from
Met them in
Sledghammer
London
Games.
last night.
We're
Really
here
nice
right
guys.
now. How excited are you guys right now?
Dude, after 2.5 years of sitting quiet, this is an incredible moment, so thanks.
It is just an exciting moment. Now, my heart's still racing. Hope the audience picks up on that.
Thank you.
It was a great trailer. My heart's still racing from it. It was gritty.
We need to go
talked
back and
about
watch the
art
trailer,
direction
guys.
in
It's
that-
nuts.
In that documentary, which was dark and emotional. Do you know, it felt like what I would guess it would be like to be in World War II. Can you tell us a bit more then about the detail and the research that went into making this new Call of Duty?
Yeah, you know, getting World War II right is incredibly important to us. Many of us have family members that have been touched by the war, and paying attention to every detail is our way of honoring them. We spent 2.5 years researching, studying, taking thousands of photos, watching documentaries, and meeting with World War II veterans. We visited museums, driven vehicles, fired weapons, and used photogrammetry techniques to capture even the tiniest details.
Wow.
Yeah, that's right. Look, we've gone to great lengths to follow in the footsteps of the soldiers of World War II. You know, in addition to Normandy, we literally traveled the routes of the 1st Infantry Division and other Allied units, from the English Channel to the hedgerows of northern France, through Luxembourg and Belgium and past the old city of Aachen, frankly, all the way to the Rhine. And it was great. We dug deep into the historical battle locations where many of the soldiers fought and sacrificed.
You talk about history, you talk about the accuracy. Am I right in thinking you had a historian working on this? In fact, we saw him, didn't we? In that
did.
mini-doc.
Yeah, we certainly did. Marty Morgan, amazing. He's renowned World War II historian and author. He's been a huge part of the team. He's worked with us for the last 2 years, and he's frankly devoted his life to capturing the stories of soldiers on the front line. And so with him as a cornerstone of our research and a tremendous sort of asset to the team, he's really helped us capture the essence of war for fans.
Now, we only learned about this a couple of days ago. You'll have been sitting on this, I think Glenn said, for 2.5 years. Since the reveal, how are you feeling right now? What have those days been like?
Oh my goodness, it has been really amazing, unbelievable, frankly. And yeah, the reaction's been really positive and warming, and really to all the hardworking developers at Sledghammer Games back home and to everybody at Activision, it's really been great. And for Glenn and I, it's really humbling to have, you know, the opportunity to tell this incredible story of heroism, to honor the men and women who've sacrificed to bring around victory, and what really is history's greatest conflict.
And you know, the team back in Foster City is watching the stream right now, and a shout out to all of you, and thanks for your hard work.
Because I'm guessing it has been 2.5 years of hard work. Really hard work. Now, we've got tons to discuss, more questions that are coming in from you. You can get in touch with us on our social channels. And if they say that no man fights alone, no man presents alone either, because alongside me is a YouTuber. I call him the Crown Prince of Zombies. That is Mr. Dalek JD, who I know is super hyped right now.
That is correct, OJ, and I mean, that introduction was beautiful, and I'm just so happy to be here, and he's exactly right. Since Friday, we've been taking in your questions about the game via Twitter, and the response has just been phenomenal, and there is still time to get your questions in if you haven't already. All you'll need to do is make sure that you tweet at Call of Duty, making sure you use that hashtag COD WW2. Now, we already have some tweets to kick off the show. We have at Cal's Tweetings, who says, "I'm so excited. I can't believe it. COD is going back to its roots."
See, there you go. That's what a lot of tweets are saying, that Call of Duty going back to its roots. But this is all about gameplay as well. How does it, going back to its root, translate to gameplay?
Yeah, Call of Duty World War II returns to that grounded, fast action gameplay that the franchise was built on. And for us, the core Call of Duty experience, like the conflict of World War II, really puts an emphasis now on rewarding gun skill and strategy. And with an all-new boots-on-the-ground experience that immerses players in the intense combat of World War II like never before, we're bringing some great new innovations too, you know, things that were designed to elevate the player experience, things we want to touch about, but we're going to save for a little bit later in the show.
We are indeed saving it for a little bit later on. Make sure you stay tuned to this live stream. There's lots of things coming up. But Dalek, how do you feel about that?
I'm extremely excited by the fact that it's been nearly 10 years since Call of Duty has been in the World War II era, and I mean, that in itself is just extremely exciting. And judging by you guys over on Twitter, it seems I'm not the only one. Loads of fans are expressing their excitement around the fact of us being able to experience World War II era weaponry. Fans like Games412412 who tweets in saying, what kind of weapons will we be seeing in Call of Duty World War II?
Well, the team worked to bring a wide variety of weapons, you know, from both the Allied and Axis forces to life. And for us, authenticity was key. So from the iconic ping of the empty M1 Garand to the power of the first assault rifle, the STG-44, these guns have a real weight to them that is really visceral. And it really, for me, brings me back to my fondest memories of playing Call of Duty with the fidelity now and the brilliance of what's only possible in the latest generation of gaming hardware. No automatic weapons symbolize the brutality of World War II more than the belt-fed MG42, which you'll see. Terrifyingly powerful weapon. There's the bolt-action rifles of World War II and the singular damage that they could inflict in combat, like the M1903. And equipped with scopes or iron sights, these weapons were frankly pretty precise. And of course, Glenn here with his .45 caliber grease gun, running around in spray and pray mode, you know.
Let's not start.
That just scratches the surface, frankly.
The king of spray and pray, eh? So, Glenn, what did you enjoy most then about making a World War II game with the current hardware?
Yeah, good question. You know, I really love the detail we can bring to the game nowadays. The way the soldiers walked and talked, the music of the era, the different locations we researched as the big set pieces for iconic battles. In Normandy specifically, it's the emotions created by combining elements like the sound of the .50 caliber rounds hitting the front of the boat, the vehicles crashing into the shore, and taking cover behind the hedgehogs. In each case, we're targeting the most realistic gaming experience possible.
And that's what it's about, isn't it? That realistic experience, that visceral sound that goes on as well. Dalek, what else is the community wanting to know?
Well, Borg, we have a tweet in from It's Enigma for the Win, who wants to know, what locations are we going to be fighting in?
Well, the game takes place entirely in the European theater, primarily between 1944 and 1945. And as you saw in the reveal trailer, players will storm the beaches of Normandy on D-Day, fight through the Hurtgen Forest, engage in urban combat through France and Belgium, and ultimately push towards Germany.
Yeah, that's right. And we want to showcase how ordinary men and women came together to accomplish the extraordinary. And while the story follows the 1st Infantry Division, we also fold in a story of diverse and global cast of characters like Major Crowley from
So guys,
SOE.
I was saying,
Now
I
he's
muted my mic, it's
UK
not me
Intel,
talking and
officer
breathing,
who
it's
earns
him
recognition for
breathing
his
down his mic.
heroism earlier in the war.
It's not set up properly.
He helps
I'll let you guys
plan
enjoy the
runway
stream.
landings and then coordinates with the French resistance activities.
Yeah, and while fighting through the German lines in France, players will be introduced to other great characters such as Rousseau, the powerful female leader of the French resistance who forms a close bond with all our cast members, cast of characters, as the story progresses. Throughout much of the campaign, though, you're going to play as Private Red Daniels, a young recruit who is seeing some of his first real action in the invasion of Normandy. He's joined by his best friend, Zussman, a Jewish-American private. You'll follow our squad across the European theater, and we're excited to say that a part of the cast is here today to talk more about the incredible journey.
They are indeed. We'll bring them up on stage in a second. Glenn, Michael, don't go anywhere because we will be talking to you later on with some more questions from the community. Keep them coming in. But please do give a warm welcome to Jonathan Tuck, who plays Red's best friend, Private Zussman. If we swap everyone out, let's swap everyone out here as we do this bit. And Jeffrey Pierce, who plays Lieutenant Turner. Thank you very much, guys. Thank you very much. And it's great to have the cast in as well, because one of the great things about Call of Duty has been that. It's been the great storytelling that goes on. And we've got the 3 J's here right now. Josh, I know you've had a huge amount of passion from this game since day one, being part of this project. What most excited you?
Well, when I first heard about it, I sat with Brett and with Glenn, and they wouldn't even tell me what the game was at first because it was so confidential. And then, they just told, it was really about what the history of this was about and how much detail they wanted to pay to it. And as I really got to, learn more about it and actually start working on the game, not only did they pay attention historically, but the writing was so incredibly good. I mean, it rivals anything that I've ever read, as far as movie scripts. So, it's just something that I've always wanted to do, and it turned out to be as much fun as any job I've ever had.
And as Eric said earlier on, the story of World War II touches a lot of people emotionally, and that was something you brought into your performance, I would guess. Yeah,
I mean, again, who knew? I thought it was just going to be a good time playing, getting to work on a video game. And it turns out that these, some of the scene work we got to do in this game was amazing. And these characters are so well-rounded. And, they were right. They really did pay a lot of attention to, being historically accurate and making sure these characters were had a lot of depth.
And if we're talking about characters, tell me about your character, the guy you play.
Well, I don't know, boys. What was he? He's a bit of a dick. He's somebody who is obviously mission before man, and it was something that was fun for me because I love playing the dick. I love playing the guy who everybody hates, and ultimately he has the dilemma about is it mission before man, or is it really man before mission? Because he connects to these guys by the end of this story, and that's really what drew me to it.
Well, if we're talking about that connection, what was it like then, Jeffrey, when you're working together, that brotherhood feeling, when you're capturing your performances?
Well, we've been working together for 1.5 years at this point. Once a month, coming in, work 4 or 5 days. And I think we all bonded
Microsoft spyware alert. Pornographic spyware. Risk-ware detected. Error number 0/80072EE7. Your computer has alerted us that it is infected with a pornographic spyware or risk-ware. This spyware is sending your financial details, credit card details, Facebook logins and personal details to an unknown IP address remotely. Please call us immediately on the toll-free number listed, so that our support engineers can walk you through the removal process over the phone. If you close this page before calling us,
you make that work.
It's an extraordinarily active, dynamic process where everybody is working the entire time. It's an exciting process to be a part of as an actor. The performances are so much more visceral, and it's so much more of an exciting process to be a part of.
And you're relying on everybody else to help you get where you need to get. It's a great experience.
Well, because that's something you said to me earlier. I mean, I don't want to give anything away, but we met in the gym this morning. We bumped into each other. We were doing our mirror work, tons and tons. And you said it was like being on stage, and it lent a whole new dimension to your performances. Because I think when you're doing TV or film, you can be off, can't you?
Oh yeah. I mean, Josh and I, this is our first video game. Jeff's done quite a few. We're used to just sitting back on our Apple boxes in between takes, letting other people get their shots, but for the first time, we really had to work. The entire scene.
I mean, up to this point, it was just, we just do our close-up and then let somebody else do the other side.
Exactly right.
Head off to the trailer.
Yeah, off to my trailer. Call me.
No, but I mean,
that's about it. That's swear to God. That's not
18 months with these guys. I've gotten to see both their kids grow up. They've gotten to see my dog get bigger. We've seen other cast members, lose girlfriends, get girlfriends. So that camaraderie was very reflective of this group of regular people who are diverse in religion, in age, in geography, in color, and getting to see that group of people in World War II is, I think, a wholly unique part of this game that I think people will appreciate when they're playing.
When you scratch the surface, you find out that these guys, they're not fighting for bigger ideas than the love of the brothers around them and risking their lives, sacrificing themselves for each other. It's not about flag or country when the rubber meets the road. It's about caring for each other, and that serves the bigger whole. But the connection between the men and the women on the front lines is as powerful a bond as you could see anywhere.
Yeah, and one thing that I think is also really cool about this is that not only is it a kick-ass game, but because they spent so much time making this historically accurate, it's going to expose the whole World War II story to a whole new generation. And that's really, you know, I'm really honored to be a part of this game for that reason. And the fact that I just get to be in a video game. But, you know, the fact that it's, you know, it is a visceral sort of thing. And I think that, you know, anybody who isn't familiar with World War II is going to get a real feel for what it might have been like.
Because lots of people are writing articles about that at the moment, saying that this is how we get our history now. It's through this, and there's almost more empathy when you're fighting through an interactive character.
Well, there's 20 years since Saving Private Ryan. It's 10 years since Call of Duty had a World War II game. This is a whole new generation, and to speak to the pride that we've all felt making this game, it has been a true privilege to even watching this behind the scenes, to be able to share with the world the small role that we've gotten to play in bringing this game to fans and a whole new generation to understand World War II.
Yeah. Josh, yeah, you mentioned connections. Am I right in thinking that somebody who sat around on this stage right now got a punch in on you at some point during the film?
Well, he did. You know, like we were saying, it's usually one take. You get the one take right and you move on to the next scene. Well, he kept screwing it up and taking another. Can I get one more?
We had to get it right.
I just need one more.
Very important to get it right.
Starting to wonder
authenticity. We're back to visceral authenticity, and you can't, you know, hit somebody who's 6'4" every day without repercussions. So I took my licks where I could.
I appreciate your dedication to the craft.
Yeah. I just don't like that take. Let's do it one more time. Hold on, Iron Bar. We're actually watching on the screen right now. We're watching your characters. What is it like watching yourself back? Having gone there, we saw the punch. What is it like watching yourself back in a game at this point? Because obviously you've done TV, you've done films, but watching yourself in the game.
Well, you know, it takes a while to adjust to this tight, you know, suit that you're wearing. It's all colorful with these balls and the whole thing.
Who looked the best? Who looked the best in the suit?
Jonathan, for sure. He's been doing a lot of squats.
A lot of squats. Heavy deadlifting. Heavy deadlifting makes the suit look nice.
Once you get past that, and once you start to see some of the results and some of the stuff that the guys are working on in Foster City and all over the world, I think. I'm not sure where everybody's at, but you know, again, thank you guys for all the work. But once you start to see what you're actually going to look like, it frees you up to really go for it, because you're not just in some silly suit. This is World War II, and this is some serious stuff.
Yeah.
And so it gives you a whole new freedom that you wouldn't otherwise have.
You can imagine your breath when when we're doing some of these winter scenes. You can squint at a fake sun and the volume, and those guys who have created this game build that in for you. So that freedom he's talking about, it's so exciting to explore.
And I think it sets it up for what Call of Duty is, which is great storytelling. But please put hands together for our cast who've come down here today. The 3 Js. Thank you so much. And all we're talking about there is the campaign. That's just all we're talking about there. Now, Dolly, I would guess you're still excited right now.
I mean, I think I'm just in a state of excitement. I can't really get out of it. That was awesome and very insightful to hear from the cast. Now, don't worry, we still have a lot of reactions and general tweets from the community to deliver to Glenn and Michael. We've got just a handful right here. We have Rob Stang, who says, I hope Michael Condrey and Glenn Schofield give us at least a little tease of multiplayer during the reveal. Smiley face. Yeah. And at Woodworth Noah, who, and this is in all caps, by the way, this is going to be amazing. Loads of exclamation marks. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, as I look through all the tweets, there is an enormous amount of questions revolving around multiplayer. Guys, what can you tell us about multiplayer today?
So there you go, the community has spoken. That's what lots of people are excited about. Michael, what can you tell us about multiplayer?
Oh my goodness, we have so much to share. Now, we can't show you a lot today, a lot of big stuff coming at E3, but first and foremost, we're talking boots on the ground combat. And, you know, that well-balanced Call of Duty run-and-gun action in a brutal and visceral head-to-head conflict of World War II. So from maps to movement to weapons to melee, you know, our goal was to give players an all-new boots-on-the-ground experience for World War II. And then a bunch of new stuff, right? We've got War, an asymmetrical Allied versus Axis mode where factions fight to capture or defend critical objectives. Now, this mode changes map design, strategy, teamwork, and we're really excited about its potential. We're also excited about Divisions. Divisions is a fundamentally new way to approach your Call of Duty multiplayer career. and it adds to the player immersion by allowing players to enlist in a specific unit of their choice. And finally, we have headquarters. This is something special, everybody, at Sledghammer Games, and it's the first of a kind for the Call of Duty community. It's really a living space where fans can connect, be rewarded, compete, show off, and have fun outside of matches. It's a transformation of how the community comes together, and we really want you to see it to understand it. So just a tiny peek here. Let's take a look.
That was a tiny
That
peek.
was
I want more.
That was a little tinier than I expected, OJ.
So when we see more? When we can see more of this?
Well, you know, it's coming to E3, MP on the floor. For us, that's the first time Sledghammer Games has been able to bring it to fans. Fans are coming to the conference. So it's going to be big. We're going to bring all that to you at E3.
That is going to be excellent.
Hey guys, hey guys, hey guys. I'm sorry to interrupt. I mean, multiplayer sounds sensational, but after reading other people's questions, I want to ask one of my own. Now, I know that there may or may not be some sort of co-op mode within World War II. Now, I am quite a big Zombies fan, and there is a lot of people watching around the world that are also in the same boat as me. So we're all asking right here, right now, what can you tell us about this co-op mode?
Absolutely nothing. No. Sorry. Yeah, you know, our third mode is it's an entirely new story, and it's a pretty horrifying experience, sort of like your office. You know, for Michael and I, it's our first horror game in years, and we're really, really psyched about it. It's the story of the Third Reich's desperate attempt to create an army in the final stages of the war. We can't wait to share more. In fact, should we show a little something? Just a little tiny little peek.
Yeah. Whoa! Whoa! It's darling before makeup.
Yes.
Oh, thank you very much. Guys, I mean, this says very little, and normally I would be a little disappointed, but how can I be when, I mean, that just looks incredible. I would ask for more, but I'm probably going to get a no, right?
Probably.
Yeah.
At least I tried.
That is a Nazi zombie on the biggest cinema screen in the United Kingdom. And I think that is a fabulous way to end this first look at the Call of Duty World War II than that. It has been an absolute ton of fun, and it's been great having you guys here as well.
Yeah, thanks so much. It's been a pleasure. You know, our hearts are full being able to share with fans, and we hope fans are just as excited about Call of Duty World War II as we are to make it. Without a doubt, it really is the most personal and powerful game I've ever worked on, and I know we can speak for all the developers at Sledghammer Games when I say that we're holding nothing back for November.
Yeah, and you know, our thanks again for the support. This game is for you, and I'm sure Michael would agree. We've talked about this before, that this is the best game we've ever made.
The best game.
The best
game.
Yes.
There you go. So thank you very much to Glenn and to Michael from Sledghammer Games. It is going to be such a wait till November the 3rd, it really is. So stick it in your iCal, tattoo it to the inside of your eyelids. November the 3rd, that is when this new Call of Duty, going back to its root, is coming out. World War II with this game. Thank you so much for joining us. Keep in touch via the social channels. How should we leave it? The way we came in. Let's have another look at that trailer.
This day is set upon a mighty endeavor. Souls will be shaken with the violences of war. In this hour of great sacrifice, we shall prevail.
Get your head down and keep moving!
We are all that separates the world from darkness. The enemy is ruthless. We cannot, we must not fail.
Duty first. Hey, Perez! Won't be enough for you! How many casualties? We executed the mission. Get me the fuck out of here! How many? We had orders! what we're all about. No mission too difficult. No sacrifice too great.
Welcome to the Bloody First. You're a long way from Texas, farm boy.
Pre-order now and get access to the private beta.
Alright guys, look at that. That was crazy. What I'm going to pull up on screen here actually for a second is something that you guys are really going to want to see and take another look at, and that is the very first zombies picture. What is life? I have it saved here actually. Let's go and take a look at this and move this across. Bam! Look at that, guys. Oh my gosh. This confirms Call of Duty World War II will indeed have Nazi zombies in the game as its third game mode. It doesn't give us much information beyond that, apart from the confirmation of the fact that it is going to be in there. And also, and I'm searching for a higher quality picture right now for you guys, that single multiplayer picture actually confirmed the fact that we are going to be getting a big, like, hub, a big multiplayer hub, similar to Destiny, the tower, I guess is the best way of comparing it, where we will all come together, I guess, in between games, and, like, all meet together. I'm trying to find a picture for you guys. This is probably one of the best pictures I can find right now. So let's take a look at this and see what you guys are thinking. But, guys, make sure you are smashing that thumbs up button right now for the world reveal of Call of Duty World War II. So, it's pretty nuts. This isn't the best picture in the world, but I'm grabbing pictures as quickly as I can for you guys. Nazi zombies, number 1 confirmed. Number 2 confirmed, and it's coming up any second now. Oh, baby. Look at this. This is the best picture I can grab right now. Let's take a look. This is a multiplayer hub for Call of Duty World War II. You can see everyone all around there, all their character names above their head. And if I zoom in on those pictures, I assume I'll be able to get a few emblems, but it looks very basic. It looks pretty much like... Oh, we're getting another trailer. Now, we'll get rid of that for a second. Get rid of that. It looks like it is going to be like a big multiplayer hub, essentially, for people to play in between games, choose which mode they're going to go into. Maybe you run into each of the modes through like a door somewhere. Just more of an interactive place. I assume maybe for supply drops in the game, which is most likely, you can actually go and get supply drops from here as well. Very, very interesting stuff, guys. Very, very interesting stuff. So, guys, lots has been confirmed on this stream. Nazi zombies is confirmed. Multiplayer hub is confirmed. We've seen the trailer. It is nuts. It is now up to me to go and put some videos together for you guys. And if you're excited for this, then make sure, as I said, you are smashing that thumbs up button right now. And let's just leave it with that zombies image. So, guys, thank you so much for watching the stream. You have been amazing. Go and tell your friends, your buddies, everyone to come check out this video if you want to see all the goodness again. And as I said, bigger videos with more information, specifically focusing on all of the types of modes, etc. in Call of Duty World War II, which is coming out 3rd November this year. It will be coming out very soon. So thank you so much for watching, guys. It's been crazy fun. Time to smash some videos, and I'll see you guys with many, many more videos later today. You've been amazing.